G'day, Mick here again. So, you want to make your receiver waterproof? Well, that's what I'll be doing. So I've got this Tamiya XV01 chassis. I want it waterproof so I can run through puddles and stuff with no problems. So I've got a waterproof servo in there, and the ESC is waterproof, but the receivers are pretty hard to find waterproof, so do it yourself. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so I'll be using this Silicone Conformal Coating. This one's from MG Chemicals, but there's heaps of different brands out there. I got this one off eBay. It cost about $20. You get a couple of brushes with it, and a spare filament. Now the receiver I'm going to be waterproofing is the Futaba R202GF. And there it is, brand new in the packet. Beautiful. Of course this video isn't specific to this type of receiver or the brand. It'll work on any receiver. Keep in mind, if it's a new receiver and it's still under warranty, this will void your warranty. So the first thing you want to do is find out how your receiver comes apart. Some have screws, some just have little tabs. In this case, we've got the tabs. So we just use a fine flat screwdriver and poke the tabs in a little bit, just enough to open it. And I find it's easier to open from the antenna end. The tabs are just a little bit easier to push in. On the other end where your terminal block is, for the pins, that little tab's a little bit hard to push in. So then we take the top off it and we can see the board, and there it is. So sometimes you can just grab the pins there and pull it up and it'll come out, but not very often. You usually I find it's easier to stretch the side of the case a little bit first, and then pry it up with a screwdriver. So just gently go around and pry it up in, equal kind of areas. You want to go around evenly so you don't bend or break the board. And there you go, got our board out. Now just having a quick look at the board. You want to look for places where you don't want to put the conformal coating, and the switch is one of them, because you don't want to glue it up. So I've just got this old servo lead I'm going to use for a handle. Plug it into the pins there. And then with that and the antenna lead, I can tape them together. Keep them out of the way, and can also use it for a handle. So I put a bit of tape on there, and I'll just make a little loop on top so I can hang it later and let it dry. There we go. Righty, now we can grab our conformal coating and crack it open. And like most little bottles, the lid seal never stays in the lid. So basically, dip your brush in, start painting. Basically, we just want to paint the whole board, front and back, and yeah, stay away from the switch. Like you can go up to the edges and that, but yeah, you really don't want to get it soaked in this stuff, it'll just glue it up. And you'll notice here I'm holding the edges of the board just to make it a little bit more sturdy. You're naturally going to get it on your fingers, so you can either wear gloves or wash your fingers pretty quick. It wipes off easily. So that's the top of the board done. Now we can do the bottom of the board, all evenly of course. So I end up doing 3 coats on this. A lot of people have done it and they use 1 coat, some others use 2, others use 3 or 4. So having a look at it, you can see it's a little bit glossy. It's not right in focus there, but you get the idea. There we go. Anyway, so I just hang it on the vise, let it dry for 10 minutes. Dries pretty quick, so yeah, you're done in about half an hour if you do 3 coats. There we go. Touch dry, and you can see it's a little bit glossy. So it gives you an idea if you've missed any areas, you can see it. So we'll get on to the second coat. And there we go, there's our second coat. As you can see, it's all shiny, if I can hold it still. And I'll just wash up the brush in some lacquer thinner. You can probably use any thinner, but yeah, I just had some handy there. So then I did the third coat off camera because I figure you've already seen it twice. Same thing. So then it was time to take our tape off and unplug that cable I've got there and have a bit of a look at it. And there you can see it's all shiny. You can tell it's got a nice coat on it. Actually 3 nice coats. And our button still works. You can't hear the clicks there, but trust me, it's clicking. So time to put our receiver back together. So we put the board in. Keep in mind it might be a tighter fit now because of the coats of conformal coating on there, but it's not a huge difference. So just be careful and yeah, go around evenly and push it in. And there we go, we got the board in. Now we can put the top on it. And before you want to do that, you kind of want to check the tabs are okay. They're not bent out of shape or anything weird. As you can see, these ones are sticking out the side, so I had to poke them back in. They're pretty fragile. So get them poked in and you're pretty good. And there we go. There's our receiver all ready to go. So we'll give it a test. And as you can see here, I've got everything set up as it would be in a car. Got the receiver bound up to my transmitter. And the light's on, it's ready to go. So as you can see, motor runs. Servo works. Fantastic. Now we'll try it in some water. Power's still on. We'll drop it in there. There we go. Now she's underwater. Servo still works. And the motor still works. Fantastic. Now we can do some river crossings. So that's it. Give it a bit of a shake off, and as you can see, light's still on and it still works. So that's it. Now we've got a waterproof receiver. Magnificent. So I can put that in my car like so, and it's now waterproof. Anyway, I'll finish off this build soon and we can get that out for a run and maybe run through some puddles. Alrighty, catch you later.